This right here is a hub for huge, massive quantities of drugs.
You're talking about semi-load where they can put in maybe 75 kilos, 100 kilos.
You have a lot of illegal immigrants coming here who are hungry, so they go to any extreme, you know?
You're getting a green card and you're getting a license. And really any name that you want, any picture that you want.
It's organized crime, essentially.
If you don't have a CI to bring you in this neighborhood, you're not gonna be able to do nothing.
You ever worked with the police before or no?
Hey, I'm on the party, man. Come and get me right now, baby, and I love you all my life. You hear me? The bitch will fight. All right, I love you.
This guy's a major player for that Satan Disciples 24th and Rockwell set. Been game banging. How long you been game banging for?
16 years.
16 years? Old school, been jumped by Latin Kings. You been shot before?
Yes.
Where?
Right here in my back. I got 8 bullet holes right here in my back.
You got 8 bullet holes? Take off your shirt, let me see. Their set is right off the border by the Latin Kings. Major rivals. These guys have been killing each other forever. So what usually happens? Go ahead.
Right there in 24 in California is the borderline. The Latin Kings on this side, and we are on this side right here. So every time when they try to look for some trouble, the only thing you gotta do is jail. You know what's up? You know, call them out. They come, we go. That's when we start shooting each other right there.
Right. And do they do the same thing? Or?
Yeah, you be doing the same thing.
The Kings do the same thing?
Yeah.
When we've interviewed Latin Kings, everybody knows him. And they say he's nuts. He's actually crossed the boulevard by himself and initiated fights with the Latin Kings without any weapons.
See, if you're a rival gang member, he knows he ain't got much time left. He's gonna take as many people with him as he can. It's about his neighborhood. He loves 24th.
What's your name?
My name is Chuco.
Chuco? Yeah. What's your name on the street?
Yeah, my name is street.
You see this?
Chuco.
Chuco, spelled with a K.
Double K.
Double K, King Killer.
Yeah.
Now these guys
Chuco,
are also
Chuco
at war.
in Spanish is like the boogeyman. That's what he is, the boogeyman.
Right.
I'm the boogie crying right now.
He's not a big talker, but he's never owed us either. The big key to all this is the fact that something that simple, a phone call. If there's a shooting on the block, something major's going on, we might be looking for somebody in the neighborhood.
He'll remember that phone call.
He owes us now.
Is there anything you want to say at the camera?
I said, man, bar me up, please.
You have to know how these guys think, how they act, why they do what they do. I was lucky, I left. I knew that there was more out there than just game banging and watching other people go down.
A neighborhood block can become the center of a young man's universe, so much so that he doesn't know anything else. That's the price of growing up on Chicago's Southwest Side.
You plugged? You in a gang?
Yeah.
Who you in? From where, here?
46.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're there by the Damons and them?
Nah.
You with them? You got nothing on you. You know I'm gonna keep the knife though.
Damn, why? It's in my forefinger, man.
Huh?
It's in my forefinger.
Yeah, but still.
What?
You're somewhere you're not supposed to be. You know that.
But I don't got nothing on me, man.
It don't matter. You're somewhere you're not supposed to be.
That's how you gonna take my knife? Y'all just gonna keep it, man. Come on, let me just get my knife back.
But you have a weapon, man.
What you talking? It ain't even a weapon. It's in my 4 fingers.
What do you think that's it?
It ain't a weapon. It's my
still a
protection.
weapon.
It's defense. Ain't that to me? I got defense.
You really want to argue with me on that?
Come on.
Who do you think's gonna win that one? As long as the blade is 4 fingers wide, it's supposed to be legal for them to carry. But it's still a weapon. And you're 17.
Hanging out in the street all day, riding your bike in a gang-infested area, you're gonna find trouble. Whether it's gonna be the police or some opposing gang member is gonna come and is gonna shoot you up, you're gonna find problems. The Little Village area is the largest area in the city that's controlled by two gangs, Latin Kings and 2-6. This predominantly Latin King area goes all the way down to 21st Street, California, and once you hit Ridgeway, it's 2-6. The violence is unreal over here. If you live in a certain area right away, these individuals assume you're a gang member, you're affiliated. It's just guilty by association or guilty by where you live.
You gotta know who to look for. You gotta know who drives what. If you don't know who's fighting who and who's shooting at who, you die. If you don't know who you can and who you can't talk to, you die, and it sucks.
Little Village represents more than just battle lines within the Hispanic community. For decades, it's been a beacon of opportunity. Generations of immigrants, both legal and illegal, have come to work in family-owned businesses here, many of them along 26th Street.
26th Street is the second most revenue street in the city of Chicago, right behind Michigan Avenue, believe it or not. It's all small businesses, but they definitely bring in a lot of revenue into the city. Living in this area for as long as I did, the people are some of the greatest, and this is the hard-working older people.
They came to this country to, make a better life. I mean, as you see in the news, life in Mexico ain't all, a cup of tea over there.
You have a lot of illegal immigrants coming here who are hungry. They were born and raised in nothing but poverty, and they have that hunger to make money, so they go to any extreme,
That hunger drives some individuals to organized crime.
Grab him, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring him to your office.
Yeah, we'll do that later
Get
today.
information.
At Cook County Jail, investigator Mike Davis is seeking intel about a black market industry in Little Village.
Dime cómo de sistema para una persona puede conseguir los micas.
Como puede uno pasar en la calle en la 26 y ellos te hacen señas.
Como en la calle?
Sí.
He says that when you walk down 26th Street, they got people just kind of flashing at you. So mucha gente son haciendo esto?
Ahí en toda la 26 son como unos 20.
Davis is in pursuit of a counterfeit ring that sells fake green cards and driver's licenses to illegal immigrants. It's one of many local ID rings that, altogether, reap millions in profits.
What they'll do is, this is like the universal sign for, they call mica, which is like license or ID.
He's got the help of Mexican-born informants both on the street and inside the jail, including this man, whom we'll call Joaquin.
¿Y cuánto pagar por de mica?
150.
He says what happens is you give him a picture and they go, it takes them a couple hours to do it, and when they come back, that's when you pay for your ID. They always recommend a photo place as well. ¿Cuántos ellos son ganando cada día?
Un día bueno hasta 2,000.
Each person will make over $2,000 every day. 7 días cada semana, no? Yeah, 7 days a week.
With an estimated 250,000 illegal immigrants living in the Chicago area, there's no shortage of customers. Yet many of them choose to ignore where their money is really going.
Los jefes de negocio son conectados con alguien. Los gangas, personas políticos, la mafia, son con quién, trabajando con quién.
Con la ganga.
Con los gangas, huh?
We'll have your guy go get the cards with him, bring them back,
Then we know where it's at.
and meet Pat somewhere else.
We're trying to create a conspiracy and try to get as many players that are involved as possible. Well, he's going inside the laundromat now. He's going to go get it.
Who's going to dispute it, right?
Dime como de sistema para una persona puede conseguir los micas.
Ahí en toda la 26 son como unos 20.
Es mucho dinero. Y ellos necesitan pagar un impuesto por los gangas también,
Sí,
¿no?
le pagan a los Latin Kings ahí de la 26.
If you're selling IDs micas on the street, you're paying a tax to Latin Kings. They pay the gangs so that they have no issues on the street and nobody tells anybody anything and everything's safe.
Fake green cards, driver's licenses, and social security cards. It's a market cornered by the gangs of Little Village on Chicago's southwest side. Criminal Intelligence Unit investigator Mike Davis is on the trail of one ID ring in particular. As he gathers intel from a jailhouse informant, Davis launches a sting operation with the Cook County Sheriff's Vice Squad that same week. They'll use street informants in order to make contact with the ID ring.
¿Sabes cuál es el local o no? Seguro es 31 y... Maybe we can do a loose tail on him.
That's what I'm thinking.
He said, follow me. He's saying the same thing we're saying right now. Yeah, okay. Okay, Heavy. Yo creo que nosotros podemos sigarte.
Right now, we're probably about a mile away from the jail. It's a straight shot. It's 26th Street. So. Yeah, Bill, he talked to the guy on the phone, so now I guess we're headed there. We're almost in front of the location.
Davis and Commander Mike Anton stake out a block frequented by phony ID vendors.
They're sitting on this spot, huh?
Yeah, they are. Is this him right here? You know what?
Yeah.
While an informant negotiates a deal with their target.
He's talking to a guy right now, Bill. Guy's heavy set, probably about 5'8". Looks like he's might be about 220. Got blue shorts on, white gym shoes.
Can you get photos of the guy?
10-4.
Their goal, to make multiple purchases and build a conspiracy case.
There's a lot of money being made there, and what's that funding? It's not like, well, you know, that money's only going to go towards more fake IDs. It's going to go to other nefarious things that they're doing.
In an hour and a half to 2 hours, you're getting a green card and you're getting a license. Looking at a real license, looking at the fake one that we purchased, you could not tell the difference.
Who's going to dispute it, right? Look at the...
It's got the hologram on
Yeah,
it?
it
Yeah, no,
does.
the sleeve is good.
Yeah, it's real good.
The gang's money-making schemes don't end there. They're known to shake down local business owners as well.
The gangs are probably running many more legitimate businesses on that street. So again, paying like a tax, so they won't incur any problems from any of the gang members.
I mean, this is something like out of, you know, the 30s or 40s you'd see, like the Italian mafia run. You know, now it's the street gangs of Chicago. It's organized crime, essentially.
Some of these people are either intimidated or just fear them enough that they say, you know what, I just keep my mouth shut. All it is just a form of terrorism, because that's what these guys work off of, is fear and intimidation. And if I gotta work with a couple of them to try to slow them down, that's what I gotta do.
Gangs like the Latin Kings and the 2-6, which call Little Village home, can be notoriously difficult to infiltrate. That's why investigators at Cook County Jail try to flip key players when they're at their most vulnerable.
Yeah. Picking up a detainee, active member of a street gang, hardcore. Recently he's been stabbed up by opposition multiple times in the stomach. What we're gonna try to do is get him to give us some information, hopefully, that can assist with some cases out in the streets.
You okay? You look better. You look up.
That's it.
The other day when I came to see you, nerve damage?
I got me triggered on my spine.
How many times they stab you? What neighborhood? Were you in your neighborhood or oppositions?
Opposition.
Did you know?
I didn't do that stabbing.
So what were you doing? After you get stabbed, you laying on the ground?
Yeah, because the first time they stabbed me, I hit my nose, so I couldn't really do nothing. I was trying to like breathe. It just tasted like blood. And it was like 15 on 3 of us.
15. Why do you guys got so much beef with those guys for? Something personal?
They killed my uncle. That's you know.
This inmate, who we'll call Dante, faces a battery charge that could put him behind bars for several years. Like most detainees at County, he's still awaiting trial. He could cut a plea deal, but only if he cooperates with authorities first.
Your face was on here at one time, you know that?
That's it, man.
You listening to me? Your face was right here. Problem child, Area 1 top targets. Anybody that comes into the system, it's an Area 1 target. I'm gonna come and pay you a visit. Guess what gang war gets you? Stabbed up how many times? Left for dead. You think he's not gonna retaliate? What did he say? Whatever stays on the street, it's gonna be handled on the street. So you know already he ain't gonna tell me who did it. What's the war about? I mean, what is it? What do you guys commit all these crimes for?
Other gangs want our territory, but we just fight for what we think is right, which is, you know, keep our neighborhood the way it is. It's just when other people come through and we have to use violent force, that's when stuff gets hectic.
What about his family? Don't you think of the families? Nothing?
That's not even in your head. To me, it's kind of like being in the military. You know how they brainwash you? But when you first hit land, basically when you first turn, they brainwash you not to care.
Is it a bragging right that a guy just went over across to the opposition and shot up their block and they come back and brag about it?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much, that's what they do.
I figured that's what, you're probably one of the number one guys that does that.
I'm one of the guys they trust that.
So is it fair to say this guy here is probably beat?
Yeah, he got bragging rights.
He's got bragging rights?
He's bragging a lot.
Couple homicides under his belt?
Oh, yeah, he got a lot.
Couple?
He got a lot of everything.
Have you witnessed any of them? I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine you did. You just don't feel comfortable in telling me.
Yeah, I don't feel.
I mean, how important is it is to go home to your kids? How important do you really want to do it? You want to go in halfway or fully? Right now you're in iffy, right?
Quarter.
You're quarter, because you still don't have no trust in me. But when you're sitting in there for a little bit of time, you're gonna probably say, you know what, let me talk to dude again. Right now you're just feeling out the waters, but you can't feel out the waters because...
It's still a little chill. I'm waiting for it to get lukewarm. You say it like that.
Don't get found guilty, because then it's gonna be too late, because I can't do nothing for you.
While Dante weighs his options, investigator Mike Davis continues to work with paid street informants on a long-term sting operation. He and the Sheriff's Vice Squad are targeting a counterfeit ID ring.
Right now, we're just trying to identify the players and find out exactly where they're printing the IDs.
Yeah, you guys there yet?
Right there, right? Isn't that where they met? Last time.
1 week after making their first undercover deal, an informant helps them set up a second buy.
Whoever's got an eyeball, call out what's going on.
The more fake green cards, driver's licenses, and social security cards that they purchase, the stronger their case becomes.
No te preocupes. ¿Dónde está? ¿Tú quieres que nosotros conseguirte o vas a irte por tu casa?
But this is not the first time that authorities have tried taking down a little village ID ring.
Hace 2 años, cuando de policía grabé de Discount Mall, ¿estás viviendo en Chicago o no? ¿Te recuerdo este tiempo o no?
Sí.
¿Para cuánto tiempo está cerrado los micas?
¿Cómo?
Después de policía cerré de Discount Mall, ¿cuántos días después que las personas...
¿Empezaron a vender otra vez? Luego.
The same day. Yeah, the same day. It didn't stop anything.
There's been numerous raids at that location, and to my knowledge, they're still up and running. And there's more spots, yeah. People are telling us all the time. We try to look into all of them, but it's difficult.
I know it got real hairy on the news here in the immigrant community. You know, people were really angry that those businesses got shut down. It really didn't dissuade the community into thinking that anything really wrong was happening.
Yet Davis believes that people might feel differently if they knew the whole story.
How much coke did you get caught with?
132 kilos.
Outside of the Latin Kings, who else would you drop off to? This right here is a hub. I'm talking pounds and tons of drugs.
Little Village is a very hot spot for the entire Midwest.
What cartel were you working for?
I can't tell you, man. They'll dig up your grandma and kill her again, man. These guys don't mess around.
You can drive trucks right through the border now without a lot of fear of getting caught. Chicago being geographically located almost in the center of the country, it becomes a hub for narcotic traffickers to store their drugs in this area and distribute them throughout the entire Midwest. Originally, when I started doing narcotic interdiction, the value of a kilo of cocaine at that time was about $47,000. Now, the average price of a kilo of coke is about $18,000 to $19,000. So it's gone from maybe somebody carrying a suitcase with 30 or 40 pounds of cocaine in it to now they have to get truckloads of it up here. If you're talking about millions of dollars, you're talking about huge amounts of drugs that you have to smuggle.
For the powerful Mexican drug cartels, the only cross-country trips worth taking are the big payloads. Smugglers drive their cargo 1,400 miles from the border to reach Chicago, where they offload at warehouses and depots controlled by the cartels. One key distribution hub, Little Village on the southwest side, and ironically, only blocks away from the Cook County Jail.
Right around here is a hub for huge, massive quantities of drugs. I'm not talking about people on the street corners doing little bags here and there. I'm talking pounds and tons. This is like a Chicago stop, and then from here, it goes out. The guy we're about to interview was running drugs. From what I understand, he was dropping in Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis. He had like a whole run. I just want to find out exactly the system he used or the system his cartel used in order to get the drugs up here. First of all, how did you hook in with the cartel?
I own a truck repair shop.
Where at?
Right on the border. I was working on a lot of their trucks, and they come in, pay cash, good money. Just one thing led to another, and one night, the guy that I was working.
How did they approach you with it, if I may ask?
Oh, they're very blunt. They're straight up.
So you want to start driving trucks?
You want to make some dough? I'm making dough. What are you talking about? Yeah, but, you know, take this load and go to Memphis, Tennessee.
Was that your first one?
Yeah, go to Memphis.
You hit more than one spot or just one?
Oh, yeah.
How many drop-offs did you do?
Oh, it depends. Well, that one was just one drop. That was the first drop.
What was your average?
7, 8 cities.
At one time?
On the run, yeah. I took the load to Memphis.
Okay.
500 pounds.
Of weed?
Right.
Sure.
That's all it was. And I did that in a U-Haul trailer.
Was it U-Haul or Penske or was
U-Haul. Because you don't have to stop at scale houses.
Yeah, it gets you around the weigh houses, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It absolutely does.
Exactly. And
looks like you're moving.
It just looks like you're moving.
Yeah.
They would call me and say, go get a medium one. That means a medium-sized U-Haul. I would go down and rent a medium-sized U-Haul.
Would you cross the border with these trucks?
No.
You just pick it up from Texas?
I would take it to a motel and park the truck. Leave the key on the front tire. I then would go to a restaurant or somewhere, eat, whatever. About 3 hours later, they'd call and say, it's ready to rock. Where am I going? You're going to Windy City. Okay. For every 1,000 pounds of weed you hauled, you made 70 grand. I run for these guys a year, and I made $5.5 million in 1 year.
Yeah. Cash?
Yeah.
What cartel were you working for, if you don't mind me asking?
I can't tell you, man.
Yeah?
They'll dig up your grandma and kill her again, man. These guys don't mess around.
This inmate is willing to share only so much about the cartels. He refuses to give authorities anything they could use to arrest anyone that would, no doubt, get him or his family killed. For the same reason, whoever set him up isn't likely to testify against him in court.
When do you think you're gonna cop out?
I'm not copping out. I'm walking out.
Oh, so you're gonna sit here for 7 years?
No. I'm going home next month, man. We're gonna beat this son of a bitch.
You think so?
I know so.
Someone's gonna have to take the stand, huh?
As long as the detainee remains at county, Davis will seek out his insights for working other smuggling cases.
Anytime you can talk to a guy like that, I guarantee I'll probably talk to him 2 or 3 more times after the next bust. All right, this is what went down. What did I miss? You know, what more was there that I didn't see? it's going to give me more things to look for.
The narcotics being hauled into Little Village, among other hubs, keep street gangs all over Chicago in business. The cartels give everyone an opportunity to move product as long as they can pay for it.
They're not just distributing it to other Hispanics. They're distributing it to white drug dealers, to black drug dealers, to anybody that will buy their product. They're selling it to them.
What do you think they got up here?
Let's find out. They're gonna be going rocks and blows.
If there's money to be made, there's gonna be somebody there to step up.
There it is. 10 in the morning, jumping out my bed. White light, 14 fresh.
Lift your arm up so you can get the whole gun in there. Did you see that? He has a gun and then the blast where he actually got shot at.
A shotgun. It was a shot-out shotgun. And I healed my wounds myself.
You never went to the hospital?
Never went to the hospital.
Let me see the ones you got. What does this stand for?
6-point star. This is my demons coming out. These are all my demons right here.
Survival entails more than dodging gunfire on Chicago's south and west sides. It's also economic, as more than 70 gangs compete for a stake in the dope trade.
The police is putting so much pressure down on the drug sales. It ain't like it used to be 10 years ago when guys was making $40,000, $50,000 a day. Man, it's not. You'll be happy if you make $400 a day. So if someone taking food out me and mine's, there's consequences and repercussions behind that. I'm gonna take care of my business. That's just how that go.
When he's not doing time, this detainee makes money as a so-called pack worker on the outside. We're calling him Kennedy to protect his identity.
So when you say the guy who delivers the drugs, that's the guy who delivers the drugs
to the block.
To the block.
To the block.
And then you'll be the one that goes up to the car.
I'll be the one that go to the car and get the drugs. And I'll be able to pass the packs out to the guys that's under me. So it's like, I'm a pack worker, but I'm still a boss because I got the guys that's under me, which is the securities and stuff. Security don't have a gun. You know, he just a person that stand on the corner and watch all day for the police.
So what's the signal?
Lights out.
Lights out?
Mike Jones. Right. We don't say 5-0 no more.
Because everybody
know. So we say lights out.
See how you got guys on every corner?
Yeah, he's calling out right now. See how they all broke?
The guy who actual block it is, you'll never see him out there. See a pack worker, security worker, bundle workers, we just low lives to him. All us ain't nothing to him because he the man. When it's all said and done, everybody reporting into him. He might come through here and there, but he never be seen. You can't tell on him, you don't know his whereabouts, you just know this is his drugs that we selling. That's it. Let me tell y'all the new store. It's called the Blue Store, right off the alley. This mother store is cracking.
There it is, you got it?
I'm talking when I say we got pool table, we got weed, rocks, blows, whack, pills.
Are they serving out the back?
No, you come in and purchase. You come in the store and you purchase. I ain't no back.
So he can walk in and buy
He can walk right in this mother. Walk right in. Hey, give me a bag of potato chips and the juice. Well, it's open, so you can go get it yourself. You just pay for it. Hey, give me a couple loose squares, and you'll see everything. You'll see everything. Weed, rocks, blows. You'll see everything.
Court records show several convictions for drug possession at the store, but the owners themselves have never been implicated in any criminal activity there.
What do you think they got up here?
They're gonna be going rocks and blows.
They feel like they own the street, you see that?
We should get out on these guys. You heard him tell the guy, I'll be right here. I'm always right here.
Now, we all work in different spots, but everybody holding drugs in this month. And like if they say, lights out, shut it, lock it, lock it, lock it. The police come, they can't do unless they got a search warrant.
It's not gonna be easy for anybody just to jump out of their car and walk into that grocery store. They know who's supposed to be over here and who's not. So if you don't have a CI to bring you in this neighborhood, you're not gonna be able to do nothing.
Investigators know they'll need Kennedy back on the streets to help them infiltrate the Blue Store. He can lead them to key players in the alleged dope operation. But first, they'll have to convince him to do it.
If we're gonna build a conspiracy case, I'd rather go after the high-level guys. We're not even gonna bother with the guys on the street corner, selling the packs on the corner and pitching. We just got to game plan a little bit better. But it's not impossible.
How heavy is this area around here?
It's big.
It's a hub, isn't it?
It is. It's very big. I'd say a good 80% of the drugs in Chicago come out of this area, right here.
We got the jail. Here's like the dope areas, obviously. Outside of the Latin Kings, who else would you drop off to? The Kings control this in this neighborhood.
But I never knew. It would just be...
No facial tattoos or anything like that?
Oh yeah, you see guys tattooed all over the neck and stuff, but I'm not from the gangland area, I don't know.
Here's a guy that was probably a legitimate truck driver for most of his life. He went and somewhere got involved with one of the drug cartels, either along the Mexican border or in Texas. And they convinced him that you're bringing up shipments, let us add a little extra into your load.
How much coke did you get caught with?
132 kilos.
What made you turn the...
I didn't know it was in there.
So you were getting paid for marijuana loads and they were putting coke in there, huh?
They call us Dixie cups. We're throwaways. You can get another one anywhere on the corner.
Everyone's expendable in this game. The drug cartels are running a multi-million-dollar pipeline from Mexico to Chicago, and they'll do anything to keep the coke, heroin, and cannabis moving. For investigator Mike Davis, all roads lead to Little Village, a major distribution hub and home to gangs like the Latin Kings and the 2-6.
No te preocupes. ¿Dónde está? ¿Tú quieres que nosotros conseguirte o vas a irte por tu casa?
A paid street informant has set up a deal with a phony ID ring that's controlled by the Latin Kings. Davis and the sheriff's police are building a case against the ring.
He gave you a social too? That one looks the best out of the three.
By purchasing fake green cards, driver's licenses, and social security cards from them.
Right now we're just trying to identify the players and find out exactly where they're printing the IDs.
After completing their second deal, Davis and officers in separate vehicles take turns following their target around town.
Guys, try and pick him up coming out on 26 because most likely hopefully he's gonna go drop it off. Yeah, go ahead.
I got him. I see him now. He's about 5 cars ahead of me.
All right, Billy, the van is set up and we're in a good vantage point.
Okay, great.
Well, he's going inside the laundromat now. He's going to go get it. They're going to make the exchange right now. There he is. Oh, there he is.
He's walking out of the building. He just exchanged something with a gentleman who's still in the window. The exchange is already made, everything's done, so come on back over.
Their target is a middleman who carries photos and IDs back and forth between customers and the ID ring. The next step is to track down the people that actually print the IDs and then unpeel the conspiracy from there.
Mucha gente viene también a comprarles así de la 26, de como de otros estados.
¿Cómo qué?
Como Michigan, Indiana, aquí todos esos.
Y cuando ellos llegan es como buen negocio porque tienen muchas
Sí,
fotos con eso.
hay veces que traen hasta para unas 20, 30 micas.
Eve, espérate ahí. ¿Las personas afuera son las personas que tú necesitas encontrar o dónde estás, te crees? Ok, está bien, gracias, Efe. Bye.
2 weeks later, a tip leads Davis and one of his informants to the Mexican consulate on Chicago's Lower West Side. There, they find another ID ring, hustling fake green cards out front.
I mean, that's just how bold they are, you know what I mean? It's the immigrant community keeps their mouth shut so much to where it's like there's no fear. Okay, perfecto. Okay, he says he's got all the information and he explained that he's got to meet at a library at 12 o'clock. He says everything happens in this library and it's the same process as what we experienced at 26th Street. It's not gang activity, it's organized crime. And you know, after this group gets brought down, you know what? There'll be another group.
The Latin Kings rake in tens of thousands of dollars every month from phony ID sales, and that money goes towards their guns and drugs.
They say the West Side is the #1 in homicides, Englewood's probably #2, and over here, Little Village area is #3. You go back into investigative alerts, and there's a shooting there every other night. And it's these guys, Kings and 2-6, ongoing war. And the whole thing is, what do you gain from it? What do you gain from it? Nothing.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Y cuánto cuesta, tú sabes?
Wherever there's money to be made, the gangs of Little Village will capitalize on it.
We'll have your guy go get the cards with them, bring them back,
Then we know where it's at.
and meet Pat somewhere else.
For the past month, the Cook County Sheriff's Police have been pursuing a counterfeit ID ring and plan to take down all of its members in one sweep.
They want to get as many people as possible. They want to try to get at least 12 to 15 people wrapped up in this.
The investigation will take several more months, however, as authorities continue making undercover buys and identifying more players. Back at the jail, the trucker charged with drug smuggling decides not to fight his case.
How much coke did you get caught with?
132 kilos.
He pleads guilty to transporting cocaine for sale, and a judge sentences him to 18 years in state prison.
Let me tell y'all the new stove. It's called the Blue Stove, right off the alley. We got weed, rocks, blows, puac, pills. You'll see everything.
And another inmate, nicknamed Kennedy, sets the wheels in motion for a potential new police operation.
They're keeping packs in there to re-up the street guys. The street guys are getting a bundle. When the bundle's gone, they run back in the store, see their guy hooks them up again.
If we're gonna build a conspiracy case, I'd rather go after the high-level guys. We're not even gonna bother with the guys on the street corner, selling the packs on the corner and pitching.
You just got packs. All these guys are pitching packs right here. You know what I mean? All these guys are holding jumps right here. There's your store right there. Now the doorway's empty.
Doorway's empty.
Several people have been convicted for drug possession at the store, but the owners have never been implicated in any crimes there.
Now the sad part is, you got a park full of kids who are just trying to play and enjoy the weather, and you got a sidewalk full of gangbangers.
As soon as they see an unmarked coming down the street, they start chirping. Now that puts everybody on point inside the store, and they have a plan if the police are coming. So they're covered. 2 blocks in each direction, 3 blocks in each direction. They know exactly what we're doing. So yeah, unless you can get someone on the inside, places like that are a little bit harder to take down. But it's not impossible.
Weeks later, however, a gang-related shooting at the Blue Store would leave 2 men dead and complicate the mission for police. It's only a taste of things to come, with summertime, Chicago's bloodiest season, just around the corner.
Tell them to ride through the 38th Street 26.
Hey, we're gonna do a drive-by 39th Street by the 26 there between Kedzie and Albany. Oh, we're gonna have a traffic stop, yeah?
I got a carload of them with
Carload
no lights
of
on.
'em. Yeah. Watch yourself.
Dude, who told you to get the out the car, man?
Right here. You got anything on you?
Whose car is this?
Mine, sir.
You ain't got no taillights.
Are your lights on? Y'all got IDs? You know what, let me pull him out. You can start pulling him out. Step out the car, keep your hands up, man. Step to the back. Step to the back. Step over to this car. Pull them out one by one, put them all back over here.
Got anything I'm gonna cut myself with?
No, it's up to you. Either of you guys got IDs? Nothing? What about you?
No, sir.
Who you roll with? 2-6? Everybody? Whole car full of 2-6? Huh? Where's your ID? Where's your ID? They got it? You got it already?
Hey. Guys are out stealing cars or something. They got all these tools, screwdrivers, everything else.
Who y'all roll with? Oh, you ain't claiming nothing?
Nah.
And all 4 of the other boys said they all 2-6?
Yeah, but I ain't nothing.
You ain't nothing?
Nah.
Come on, man. Look at all them tattoos.
Yeah, but I don't mean I'm something.
Let me see. What's that say? Juice. What does that say? SD?
Nah.
No? Oh, the 5-0.
Take that off.
What?
Lighter? Anyone?
Really? Man, what's up with that?
Got done a long time ago.
Really? The 5-0.
And
what they call you on the street? What about you, man? Where's Puppet?
Who?
Puppet.
Mexico.
Mexico? Where's Lil Puppet? And every crew's got a puppet.
You guys out here riding around, you'd be lucky if you get past every summer, man. How many times you been shot up?
Like 12.
12? This is a stronghold for the 2-6. These guys right now are surrounded by the SDs and the Kings, and everybody's out to get these guys. So I'm surprised they didn't have a weapon on them.
You tagged up? You marked up? Where you got your
That's your little brother too, man.
Dude, you gotta get your car fixed, man. You got 5 dudes in the car driving with no lights on.
I didn't even know that.
I ain't even know either. This is the first time I've been driving around.
The older guy gets shot 12 times Easter Sunday. 2 hours later, his brother gets run over by a different car, all Latin Kings going at him. So think about the parents. You got one son shot up 2 hours later, Easter Sunday. You got another one just got hit by a car.
The Easter Bunny sucks.
Go.
You good?
Go.
All right, beat it.
Go.
I got it.
Everything's 10-4 county.
It's gonna be a rough summer.